Gujarat, Maratha, Dravid, Utkal, Bongo, Bindhu, Himachal, Jamuna, Ganga, Uchchal, Jalodhitarango. These lines from the national anthem of India talk about the amazing diversity a country could possibly have. India is a country of colors, country of contrast and contradiction, a country of organized chaos, a country of spirituality. Over thousands of years, diversity in geography and ethnicity, in language and religion, in food and festival have created an underlying stream of unity for which this country is truly called Incredible India. The story of this fascinating country began more than 5,000 years ago in the banks of a river called Sindhu, where a very advanced civilization flourished. The people living around this area from the name Sindhu were called Hindus, and thus started the origin of one of the most ancient religions of the world, Hinduism. Around 1500 BC, this civilization declined, and that paved the way of the Aryan civilization, which continued for the next 1,000 years. Aryans who came to India from Persia were the writers of the ancient scriptures of India, like the Vedas, the epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata, which are the roots of most of the tradition, culture, and festivals of India. In the 6th century BC, two great saints were born. Buddha, Gautam Buddha, was the founder of Buddhism, and Mahavir was the founder of Jainism. Thus, India is the cradle of four major religions of the world: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and much later Sikhism. Thousands of students from all over the world came to India at that time to study in some of the oldest universities of the world: Takshila, Vikramshila, and Nalanda. Some national symbols like the Ashok Chakra and Ashok Stamp were taken from the architecture and sculptures from this era. The ancient sages of India invented the science of yoga and meditation. The great mathematician Aryabhatta invented zero, which formed the basis of all mathematical calculations in future. The first book on politics, Arthashastra, was written in during this time. The ancient science of medicine, Ayurveda, the game of chess, and many such unique inventions were done in the ancient times in India. Around 700 AD, the Muslims came to India. Initially they came as invaders attracted by the wealth and riches of this land, but with the passage of time they settled and they got integrated with the mainstream population. And in the next 700 years, India witnessed the rise and fall of great Muslim empires and dynasties. The Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, the Qutub Minar are all examples of wonderful Muslim architecture that attract lots of millions of tourists now. The profound influence of the Persian and the Arabic architecture, influence of Persian and Arabic architecture, art, literature made the cultural canvas of this area more vibrant and colorful. Around 1700 AD, India came under the colonial British rule, and the next 200 years was a story of India's freedom struggle. Great leaders, politicians, philosophers, writers, songwriters led this movement. Gandhi showed the world the path of non-violence as a weapon of protest. Finally, in 1947, on 15th of August, India became independent. At present, India is the world's largest democracy, the 7th largest country in the world, the second most populated country with more than 1.3 billion population. That is almost 1/6 of world's population. It has 29 states and 7 union territories. It is the 6th largest economy and the fastest growing economy in the world. India's geography is equally diverse. In the north, we have some of the highest mountains of the world, the Himalayas. 3 sides are covered by the ocean, a desert in the west, and in the central part, we have fertile plains and plateaus. And this diversity in geography has significant influence on the clothing, religion, food, and celebration of each and every state and religion. Coming to Indian clothing, traditionally the women wear sari, my mom is wearing there, and salwar kameez, and the men wear kurta dhoti and kurta pajama that I am wearing. But every region, every state has their own local flavors. Like you see a Sikh man wearing turban, then traditional dresses of the eastern state of Assam, a beautiful Kashmiri couple wearing a gorgeous Kashmiri dress, the puan, which is the traditional Mizoram dress of the women, traditional Tamil dress, colorful, gorgeous Rajasthani dress, and the list goes on. India is a country where you will get endless option of awesome food. Most of the Indians are vegetarians, but people also eat meat, fish, and eggs. Cow is considered as sacred, so usually the Hindus do not eat beef. If you go to the north, then you will find roti, dal, paneer, and curries as favorite dishes, while a typical South Indian dish would consist of idli, dosa, vada, and sambar. Bengalis cannot imagine life without rice, fish, and sweets. In the west, pav bhaji, vada pav, puran poli are very popular, and if you want to taste Mughlai dishes, biryani, korma, butter chicken are very popular. But if you are ever in India, do not forget to taste the mouth-watering Indian street food. The North India and South India have distinctly different genres of music. Some of the dance forms, Bharatnatyam, Kathakali, Kathak, Kuchipudi, Odissi, Manipuri, Mohiniyattam, are even now popular, although these are ancient dance forms and traditions. Below, you can see some of the musical instruments. The dhol and ektara are folk instruments, while the sitar, santur, and tabla and veena, these are traditional classical musical instruments. We have festivals for every region and every season. Holi, as you see, is the festival of colors. The picture you see here, this was the Holi celebration in St. John at King Square last Saturday. Diwali is the festival of lights. Here you see the Garba dance on Navaratri in the western state of Gujarat. Pongal is celebrated in the southern state of Tamil Nadu. Ganesh Chaturthi in Maharashtra, Durga Puja in West Bengal, Lohri in the northwestern state of Punjab, Bihu in the eastern state of Assam, and the list is long. But Eid and Christmas are also celebrated in big way all over India. India has a rich architectural heritage. The first picture that you see, Ajanta and Ellora caves, have Buddhist influence, and these were built by cutting mountains top down. You will be mesmerized by looking at the exquisite carvings on the walls of Dilwara Jain temples. Meenakshi temple is an example of the magnificent Hindu temple architecture. Taj Mahal represents Muslim architecture. Victoria Memorial Hall, British colonial architecture. And the Lotus Temple of the Baha'i sect is the contemporary modern architecture. Apart from the ancient cave paintings, the traditional Indian paintings include Rajput paintings, Madhubani paintings, and Tanjore paintings. India has 22 official languages. And if you consider local dialects, about 1600. Hindi and English are popularly spoken languages. I think there is 5,600 newspapers and 3,500 magazines published in all these 22 languages with a combined readership of 120 million people. That is quite fascinating. Hinduism is the most popular religion, but other important religions include Buddhism, Jainism, Islam, Sikhism, Christianity, and Judaism. Bollywood is the national pastime, and the game of cricket is the religion that unites all the Indians under the same umbrella. India is the third largest producers of doctors, engineers, and scientists in the world. The CEOs of top global companies, including Microsoft and Google, are of Indian origin. India has produced many great scholars like Rabindranath Tagore, who won the Nobel Prize in Literature, Satyajit Ray, the Oscar winner, Arundhati Roy, the Booker Prize winner, Sania Mirza, the tennis star, and Mary Kom, who is the 6-time world champion in boxing, are the icons of the Indian women. Indian Space Research Organization has sent its mission to Moon and Mars and now is a prominent name in the world space research. Over the years, many Indians have moved to Canada and made this beautiful country their home. At present, Indo-Canadians constitute more than 4% of the Canadian population. Some of the prominent Indo-Canadians in Canada are Harjit Sajjan, the Minister of National Defense, Nav Bhatia, the biggest Indian car dealer in Toronto, also known as the super fan of Toronto Raptors. Bhartish Chaggar, the leader of the government in the House of Commons, the famous comedian Russell Peters, and Jagmeet Singh, the leader of National Democratic Party, to name a few. The Indian national flag signifies the core value of the Indian culture. The color saffron on the top represents sacrifice and courage. The white band in the middle represents peace and truth, and green represents growth and fertility. The circle or the wheel at the center signifies movement, moving forward with time, and its 24 spokes represent the 24 hours. India is probably the only one country where in the past a lady of Catholic origin stepped aside for a Sikh to be sworn in as the Prime Minister by a Muslim president to govern a country where 80% of the people are Hindus. India is a country where guest is treated as God. India is a country where mother and motherland are considered greater than heaven. Coming from such a country, I thank and congratulate you all on this wonderful occasion of Canadian Multiculturalism Day and greet you with saying Namaste. Thank you.